What's up guys, I'm back with another Cod Ww2 gameplay. I actually got a free-for-all gameplay here, 30-1 with Brutal Metal on London docks. I'm using the Do-Re-Mi variant of the MP40. It's one of my favorite guns in this game, whether it be for core, for hardcore, doesn't really matter what game mode either. It's got a pretty good 3-shot distance. You can even challenge some of the assault rifles outside of the bar at medium range. You'll see I pick up a Type 100 later in the game as well, and that's pretty much all you're going to see me use here. I was going for the headshots with the MP40. I have that completed now. Got the PPSH done, I've got the MP40 done, I have the Thompson done, so now I'm actually working on the Type 100. But I'm not here to talk about the gameplay. What I want to talk about is getting camos and getting headshots for your submachine guns. A lot of people I've been playing with or talking to say that they're struggling to get the camos on their submachine guns quick, just because you got to land 2 or 3 shots in the head to really get those headshots you need for the camos. But I found a way to get the camos for the submachine gun super quick, so I wanted to share that with you guys. Just a few tricks. The first is you want to play hardcore free-for-all. First of all, hardcore is just easier to get headshots in. First of all, because you know in core you're gonna have to land 2 or 3 shots to kill somebody, with the last one being a headshot for it to count as a headshot. Where in hardcore you just hit 1 shot to the head, boom, you got your headshot medal and you can move on to the next person. I say play free for all just because for me, on average, I get more headshots in this than I do in like a TDM or a domination, where you kind of see in some other games. In free for all, I'm averaging about 7 to 8 headshots a game. And so when you've got a real quick game, a free-for-all, you just got to get to 30 kills. 7 or 8 of those are going to be headshots. You can knock out headshots really quick. The next thing you want to do is you want to use low streaks. First of all, if you're using high streaks, those are normally kill-based, and you want to get more gun kills so you can get more headshots. But the second thing is they're just going to be more useful for you. The UAV and the counter UAV are probably going to be the 2 most useful. The first one, the UAV, is just so that you can see where people are coming from and you're going to have an advantage. And then the counter UAV is so that no one else ends up with that advantage. If you have other good players in the lobby, they're going to be throwing up UAVs. It's nice to be able to shoot those down and keep yourself hidden. The second thing I would say is use mountain whenever you're trying to do this. If you have your mountain division leveled all the way up, you're going to have silent footsteps, which is huge in hardcore free-for-all because a lot of people are going to try to pre-fire you or pre-aim you around corners if they hear your footsteps. And then that's also going to keep you off UAVs if you have your division fully leveled up, so that's going to be really helpful for you as well. You want to use the map to your advantage. You don't want to just run around like a crazy person. You really want to control one area. And I'm not saying camp in a corner. Please don't just camp in a corner. But control one area of the map. If you pick an area where your back is to a wall and you're not going to get shot in the back and you're able to move back and forth, you're going to start noticing where people are popping up, where they're spawning at, and it's going to be easy for you to kind of predict where they're going to be and shoot them before they have an idea that you're there. You want to stay away from the middle of the map for a couple reasons. The main being, there's going to be so many lines of sight that people are going to be able to see from, and so many different angles that you're going to be able to be hit from, that you're just not going to be successful if you're trying to run around through the middle of the map. The second one being, you're going to hear a lot going on around you, whereas if you're over more towards the side of the map, you're going to be able to hear where these sounds are coming from a lot more clearly. You're going to be able to decide which direction enemies are coming from, which side you're shooting on, whereas in the middle of the map there's a lot going on around you, and so you're going to hear things on all sides, and your situational awareness isn't going to be anywhere near as good as it would be if you were in an area of a map where there's less going on and you could really hear the direction of everything that's going on around you. 2 things you really want to be aware of when you're playing free-for-all is bouncing betties and revenge spawns. Bouncing betties is probably the most commonly used equipment you're going to see when you're playing free-for-all, so just know that if you do hear that noise, you want to lay down quickly or sprint to get out of the way, because they are going to be littered throughout the map most of the time that you're playing free-for-all. And then I've noticed in this game there's revenge spawns really heavily, and that just means when you kill somebody or when someone kills you, they will either spawn in an area near where you killed them, or you will spawn near where you died so that you can go back and get them. The next thing that's going to be really important when you're playing in hardcore is that you don't get caught sprinting. In hardcore, pretty much whoever lands the first bullet is going to win the gunfight, so you want to make sure that anytime you're coming around corners or anytime you're going to get in an area where you think there might be people, that you're not sprinting, you're just kind of walking regularly. This is going to allow you to get your gun up quicker or just hip fire the person. And then on top of that, I really highly suggest you use quick draw as well, just so that you can get your gun up and land shots accurately before they can. That's really key in hardcore. It's going to help you win a ton of gunfights. Because you are going for headshots, you definitely want to aim high. One thing people have said have really helped them is using the reflex, or basically the equivalent of the red dot sight for this game. I don't think that it's completely necessary. I think the iron sights on most of the SMGs are pretty nice. I don't tend to have an issue getting the headshots. But if that is going to help you, definitely do that, because that's going to help you be a little more accurate, and it's going to give you a clearer field of view as you're looking for the enemy's head. One attachment I would suggest highly that you use is grip, just because if you are aiming high and you miss your first or second shot and you don't have the grip, your gun will tend to pull pretty far up over their head, and it's hard to realign a shot before you get taken out. But with grip, if the kick is not that bad, you're going to be able to just pull down on your thumbstick just a little bit and get that shot realigned on their head. And so you're going to win a lot more gunfights than if you didn't have it, even though a lot of the SMGs really don't need grip if you're running them in core. That's all the tips I got for you guys. I hope those are helpful in getting headshots with your submachine guns, getting those camos unlocked quickly. I'll catch all y'all on the next one. Peace.